Okay, so when we're talking about wealth transfers, you got it. This is a key concept here. Some transfers you can avoid, others you can only minimize. All right. Now, if you're a W-2 wage earner employee, there are certain taxes like FICA and FUTA and all these crap taxes that we have to pay. That is immediately taken out of your paycheck and transferred to the government. All right. Social Security is another good example. That's immediately taken out of your paycheck. But as far as your income tax is concerned, that's something that you can go to your HR department and you can adjust and have them eliminate that and not take it out of your paycheck up front. You can pay it at the end of the year or in April. Okay? And so some transfers are avoidable, others you can only minimize. So the concept here is that you got to understand that you finance everything that you buy, whether it's a gallon of milk or a property. All right? You either pay interest if you're borrowing money from a bank, or if you pay cash for an item, you give up the ability to earn interest on that dollar. And every dollar that you pay cash for an item for is actually a loss. Every dollar that is not saved is consumed and transferred in your lifestyle. All right? Key concept. Now that goes for everything. Goes for your car insurance, your everything, your credit cards, your education, financing your car. It also goes for taxes, whether they're income taxes, estate planning taxes, property taxes, everything. All right, all of that stuff. So you have to be really careful whenever you spend any of your wealth. You have before you have any kind of capital outlay, you have to not just consider the cost of the item, but you also have to consider the opportunity cost if you're going to pay cash for that item. So it's not just what you pay for, but it's also how you pay for it that's important here. All right? All right. And so we all pay for things differently. And what we're talking about are not just living expenses, but major purchases like cars, homes, vacations, things like that. All right? Most Americans, what they'll do is when they want to go on vacation, they'll throw it on a credit card, okay? And so essentially what they're doing is they're taking out debt first, and then they're using future income to pay that debt back. But when they pay it off, they're really just getting back to zero. And then when they want to buy a car, they go into debt again, and they have to use future income to pay the car off, but they're really only getting back to zero. You know, they're just eliminating that loan. When you buy a home, it's the same thing. You borrow the money and then you use future income to pay it off to get back to zero. All right? That's kind of a losing battle. You're never really saving any money that way. And that's how most Americans purchase things nowadays. That's how major purchases are made. All right? Now, our grandparents, they did things a little bit differently, right? They used to not borrow. They hated debt. And most people, or not most people, a lot of people are getting back to that principle of just not taking on any kind of consumer debt at all. And so you've got to use your money, your income, and start saving that income somewhere where you can earn interest, where it'll be safe, where it'll be liquid, where it'll have a good rate of return, and hopefully not kill you in taxes. And then when you want to go on vacation, you drain that tank and you spend that wealth, but you're really just ending up back at zero. Then you got to save all over again. And then when you want to buy a car, you have to drain the tank and pay cash for that car, ending up back at zero. When you buy a house, if you save money, if you're able to save enough money to pay cash for a house, you're draining that tank and returning back to zero. And so this process of saving money and draining the tank and saving money and draining the tank never really gets you anywhere at all. It doesn't ever allow you to build wealth because you're constantly resetting the compounding of your wealth. All right? What we're teaching people how to do is to create their own banking or financing mechanism where their wealth, their money, their dollars enjoy uninterrupted compound growth into perpetuity forever. Okay? And then when they have a large expense, a major purchase to make, like a car or a house or education or even a vacation, all they're simply doing is just collateralizing that account, borrowing against the account, and then paying that loan back off. When they pay the loan off, though, the lien is released against their account, and their wealth has never been affected. Their cash continues to enjoy uninterrupted compound growth. Another way of saying that is when you repay these loans back to your insurance account, any interest that is accrued on the loan gets refunded back to your account. Let me say that again. Any interest that accrues on these loans, these policy loans that you take out against your cash, any interest that accrues when you pay the loan off or release the lien, all that interest is recaptured and is refunded back to your account and just simply allows more and more money to compound and grow. Okay? Huge concept here.